Let's start chapter 14, Light and Shadow. In this chapter, we will learn about light from the sun, light and shadow, length and direction of a shadow. Now come to this warm-up exercise. What we have to do, we have to look at the picture and circle the things that give us light. These diyas, this cracker, these give us light. Now light from the sun. As we all know that during day sun gives us the light and at night we use bulbs, torches, candles, lamps and tube lights to give us light. Now let us learn more about light and shadow. Now look at this picture. When the torch falls on any object, we can see that object. Now let's see. We can see a torch and its light falling on this flower pot, and behind this flower pot we can see a dark patch which has the same shape as of the flower pot. What this dark patch is? This dark patch is shadow. A shadow is always dark in color. A shadow is formed when an object does not let light pass through it. Now come to length and direction of a shadow. In morning, shadow is long and as the sun is behind us and we can see our shadow in front of us. In afternoon, shadow is small as sun is right above us and the shadow is beneath us. And in evening, shadow is long again as the sun is behind us and shadow is in front of us. So we can see that a shadow keeps changing its size. It is the longest in the morning and evening and the shortest at noon. A shadow always falls on the opposite side of light. Now come to summary. A shadow is always dark in color. A shadow is formed when an object does not let light pass through it. A shadow keeps changing its size. A shadow always falls on the opposite side of light. Now come to this exercise. What is a shadow? The dark patch formed behind an object on the opposite side of the light is called a shadow. When is your shadow longest? The shadow is longest in the morning and evening. When is your shadow shortest? It is shortest at afternoon. Now come to B. Take the correct option. The sun gives us light. A shadow is always dark. Now come to C. Fill in the blanks. We get light from the sun during the day. We use bulbs, torches and candles to get light at night. Our shadow is long in morning. A shadow always falls on the opposite side of the light. Now come to D. In this we have to write true or false. Shadow is always of the same size. False. Shadow always falls on the same side as the source of light. It is false. Shadow is the longest in the afternoon. It is false. Shadow is the longest in the morning. It is true. Shadow is the shortest in the afternoon. It is true. Now come to E. Answer the following questions. Name a few things which give us light. Sun, tube light, candle, torch, lamp. If you are standing in front of a bulb, where will you find your shadow? My shadow will be formed on the opposite side of the bulb. During what time of the day will your shadow be the longest? Evening and morning. During what time of the day will you see your shadow be the shortest? It is in afternoon. Now come to project idea. What you have to do in this? Look, Sam's shadow was in front of him while he was going to the park. He is going home now, but he cannot see his shadow in front of him. Where is it and why he cannot see the shadow? Look at Ria's shadow and write what time of the day it is in the space provided. It is morning, it is afternoon, and it is evening. Now use a torch and any object, and we have to try to move the torch to make the longest shadow. Then we have to measure and find out if the shadow is longer than the object. Do the same for 5 other objects. And this you have to discuss in your class.